off. So this is the lovely Photoshop. So what you're going to want to do is go to Open File and go to your Sims 4 screenshots folder. And I'm really bad at tutorials, guys, so just bear with me here. So here are some screenshots that I've taken. I'm going to just take this one that I took earlier today. I'll grab this one. It's just a really great picture. So what I recommend for poses and create some pictures, because this is what I'm showing you how to edit today, is getting a green create a sim background. A lot of people get other colors, but I like green because it acts as a green screen and it's really easy to edit out. So once you've opened it, and I'd just like to say that I'm gonna assume that you have basic knowledge of Photoshop, you know, when you do this, so yeah. First thing I do is I crop the picture. So Tumblr, your dashboard photos are 500 pixels wide, and I think for like a tall photo it's like 810 pixels tall. I'm not 100% sure on that one though, but I know it is 500 pixels wide. So you're going to want to crop it as close to 500 pixels as you can. So I'm like at 514 here. I'm not very accurate with this, so I just kind of make it work. I'm really a horrible tutorial maker. I apologize. So next you're going to want to select your magic wand tool from, I think by default it's quick selection, but I prefer the magic wand tool. And you're just going to click the green and it'll select it. And if it selects some of the sim, then just adjust the tolerance. And then shift and click the rest of the green areas. And when you shift click it basically selects the areas as well, so you don't have to do it all separately. Okay, wait. Let me just go back for a second. So up here it says select and mask. You're going to want to do that. What I like to do is shift the edge in, like around there, anywhere from here to, yeah. It just, what this does is when you go to delete the green, it gets rid of that green line that's around your sim. And then you can do smooth or feather. I'm going to do feather because when you do smooth, it leaves little green bits in the corners. If that makes any sense. Jesus, I'm really bad at this. And you're going to click OK and delete. And one thing I must mention is that when you open your picture, the background layer will have a lock on it. You're going to just want to click that and get rid of the lock, or else you won't be able to delete the background. So go to select, deselect, and what I like to do now is apply my filters. So you can use Topaz. You can get it for free. You should be paying for it, but a lot of people don't have it. I had problems with it, so I'm gonna not use Topaz in this tutorial. And generally, if you have Topaz, you're usually a more advanced photo editor, so you'll know what to do, and you don't need to be watching this tutorial in most cases. So you're going to want to go to Image under the Adjustments tab and click Curves. So the way I like to edit is pulling the curves up. Some people will like to put it down a little bit, but I don't really like how that looks, to be honest. So, but each to their own. So I'm going to have my curves look like that. It really just differs per picture. And then go back to Image Adjustments and go to Vibrance. And I wouldn't put up the saturation because it makes, things pretty weird and orangey. Vibrance, I find when you put it up, it makes it brighter, but it's more subtle. Hope this is making sense. Okay, so now for the background, because as you can see, the little checks here are all transparent. So you're going to go to the Layers tab over here, create a new layer, and drag it underneath your original layer. So what I do, and this is completely, you can play around with this, but generally for my editing, I will go and get like a color like that, a bright color and put it behind on this layer. And then I'll create a new layer, and you have to click and hold on the paint bucket, and it gives you the option for a gradient, and it'll usually be set to this, the linear, and you're going to want to just do this instead of radial, and make sure it's the white to transparent. Again, I apologize if this is a really bad tutorial. So what you're going to want to do now is just drag the gradient out a little bit, and then once you're kind of happy with how it looks, you're going to go to the layer mode here, and you make sure you're clicking on this gradient layer, and just go to overlay. And what this does is it makes it less white and more of just like a lighter version of this color, which I just prefer how that looks, but again, each to their own. And then if you're wondering how I put like the shadow behind my Sims and the white outline, you're going to just double click on your Sim, and we're looking at outer glow and drop shadow. So outer glow gives it the white outline. I usually put my spread to 100% and play with the size. And then drop shadow is pretty straightforward. It just gives it a shadow. So you can play with the distance, but if you can see here, it shows where the it shows where the picture was cut off. So I just mess around with the angle so it doesn't do that. And you can make it a soft shadow or a hard shadow. I kind of prefer a harder shadow, but not super hard. I don't know. I'm not making much sense, am I? So once you've messed around with that, just hit OK. And you're pretty much done, I'd say. Quick export as PNG. Always save it as a PNG, guys, because it uses lossless compression, which basically makes sure it doesn't lose its quality. If you save it as a JPEG, it uses lossy compression, and that is not good. Okay, that's just, yeah, we're gonna go with that. So, these are all my edits that I've ever done since I've gotten this new computer, and I always have them numbered, which is really unnecessary and is annoying as hell. I don't know why I started to do that, to be honest. But this is edit 22, tutorial, and you're just gonna save that. So I guess that concludes our Photoshop tutorial. Thanks for watching. Sorry this sucked, and see you guys later.